Now, down to business. And I've just got one question to ask. Well, no, actually two. One, what the hell is going on at Disney? And two, what are parents and politicians going to do about it? Now, this week, you may have seen some headlines about strange going on at the Disney theme parks. Once fun for the whole family entertainment venues that have lately been captured by genderqueer activists who may as well have been plucked from a university campus or a Reddit thread on alternative sexualities, and who are determined to literally capture the castle of family values, to not only inject sex talk into children's entertainment venues, but also to undermine what parents teach their children about biology, sex, and sexuality. Don't believe me? Have a look.
I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But I just was no one would stop me and no one was trying to stop me.
One of our execs stood up and said, we only have a handful of queer leads in our content. And I went, what? That can't be true. And I realized, it actually is true. We have many, many, many LGBTQIA characters in our stories, and yet we don't have enough leads.
Last summer, we removed all of the gendered greetings in relationship to our live spiels. So we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We've provided training for all of our cast members in relationship to that. So now they know it's hello everyone or hello friends.
And this all has come in after Disney vowed to use its corporate muscle to go against the Florida legislature's relatively tame but much derided so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which is perfectly reasonable to everyone except those who believe that kindergarten kids should not have to be proselytized to by transgender activists. And we have also seen the Biden White House weigh in on this, not just on Florida's legislation, they're against it if you hadn't guessed, but also in favor of life-changing and often permanent treatment to children identifying as trans. Now, of course, no one wants to do anything to discriminate or hurt people of any age who don't fit into the heterosexual norm. But this attempt to foist highly politicized sexual gender theories and lifestyles on young people really does feel like the next step in the critical theory agenda. And it is quite a step forward from the situations which we have seen recently, where schools and teachers talk about these things behind closed doors and then creepily tell students not to tell their parents about it. No, this feels like a direct shot against the bow of the very families that made Disney great for decades, and an attempt to alienate, in the style of all left-wing revolutionary movements, parents from children. Now, fortunately, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, again, my tip for the Republican nominee in 2024, is fighting back. Governor DeSantis has now started, yes, to toy with the possibility of revoking Disney's special status, which gives it the right in law to run Disney as essentially a self-governing entity that allows it to do pretty much anything it wants when it comes to how it behaves. Known as the 1967 Reedy Creek Improvement Act, it allows Disney to be its own government, essentially on the sovereign territory of Florida. But perhaps not for long. Here's what DeSantis had to say the other day.
There are certain entities that have exerted a lot of influence through corporate means to generate special privileges in the law. I don't think we should have special privileges in the law at all.
And Florida House member Spencer Roach, meanwhile, reported on Twitter that, quote, yesterday was the second meeting in a week with fellow legislators to discuss a repeal of the 1967 Reedy Creek Improvement Act, which allows Disney to act as its own government. He went on to say that if Disney wants to embrace woke ideology, it seems fitting that they should be regulated by Orange County. Well, that could be it for the Disney self-governing entity, because you know what they say, build a better mousetrap. Perhaps now it's woke Mickey's turn.